not even realize that I was outshining people. My mistake, I thought we were all trying to win together. But at the end of the day, the more I was doing, the more people felt uncomfortable.
My reputation took a very, very big hit because I tied myself to the wrong person, both in love and marriage. And that is law 5. And I did not see this coming.
And we're going to get into it.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Deep Dive podcast. I'm Raissa and we have...
And I'm Gloria.
And we're here today for another episode. This one is going to have a lot of tea. This is just me and Gloria. No guests, real talk, no BS. Stay tuned.
Exactly. So today we are talking about the 48 laws of power, which I know a lot of people might know by now.
Yep.
But people tend to misuse the book.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't understand the power the book really holds. If you use these laws properly, you could do a lot of damage, both good and bad.
True. And, we're going to get started with the different laws. A lot of people have read the book, but maybe you didn't practice the law or you don't have like real life scenarios.
Yeah.
And so today we're going to be sharing real life scenarios of the different laws.
Mm-hmm. All right. So the first law we're going to talk about is law number 1. Never outshine the master.
What does that mean?
Okay. Basically, even good intentions can be perceived as a threat to some people, right?
Okay.
So for example, for me, I had people in the past that I viewed as mentors. And it got to the point where these two different individuals, it got to the point where when I was trying to do my best to just, show them that I'm trying, I am learning, and I'm implementing whatever it is that I was learning. By the time that I was really, really having motion and I was applying a lot of stuff, even outside of what they were teaching me, they started to feel step away, like, oh, I'm doing too much, or I'm going way too hard, or it's like I'm trying to surpass them. Meanwhile, that was never the case. And from there, I just learned that at the end of the day, you can look up to people, but you don't have to feel like, okay, these people are going to take you where you need to go, because at the end of the day, some people want you to do well, but they don't want you to do better than them.
They want you to stay beneath.
Exactly. So that's why law number 1 is really important, because never outshine the master. So it gets to a point where you feel like you're doing a little too much, try to tame it down just for the purpose of still being able to work with those people.
Yeah.
Get what you can get in terms of like learning and implementation. And then once you're at a point where you can take off on your own without burning bridges, of course, then you can do that. But if you're still under their wings and they feel some type of way, like, oh man, this person is going a little bit too high right now, then that's going to be a problem, because they might even block your blessings as well.
Very, very true. Very true.
And how about you?
So,
yours is deep.
No, don't say that. Okay, so, like you mentioned, right? It's not sometimes when you're learning, when you're coming into a phase where someone has been in an industry before you, and kind of like you said, puts you under their wing, even if they were not doing it by themselves. In my case, this is for the healthcare. I came into an industry where I wasn't aware. Like, I knew healthcare, like I'm aware of how healthcare was working, but in terms of like business owner level, that wasn't the case. And so the person at the time that I was with, they had their own healthcare, like their family was very much into like healthcare and stuff like that.
Okay.
So it was more of like learning from this person, even though and it gets to a point where it's like, okay, now I know what I'm talking about.
Right.
And then sometimes even when you do things that are not meant to necessarily like challenge them or even just question them, it was just seen as like, why do you think you know better than me? Like, I taught you this thing.
Right.
Who do you think you are to know these things? I'm the one who taught you. Why are you telling me about something I taught you? Like, you didn't know this thing.
Wow.
And so this kept on repeating itself. And I realized that this is the law, actually, because they felt like, oh, I taught you XYZ, so you cannot be better at XYZ than me.
Right.
Instead of taking the positive feedback for the sake of collaboration. Because in my mind, I'm thinking we're collaborating. I'm not trying to be better than you. It's like we have the same end goal. But it's like, we have the same end goal, but let me be the forefront. Let me be the one to take all the decisions and decide everything, you know? So, yeah.
Wow. So I think, honestly, a key takeaway people can take from this, especially our stories, your story, my story, is the fact that not everyone really, not everyone that's clapping for you really wants to see you grow. Especially if you start to outshine them, people start to feel threatened, even if they mean well, right? So that's why I feel like the second law we're going to talk about, which is law number 3, conceal your intentions, right?
Right.
And it's basically about like, okay, you can show up, but still move in silence, right? So, for example, with what happened with you, you had to go through that, but then you had to learn to move in silence moving forward as you were working on your own goals and doing what you need to do to move ahead, because they started feeling she's a threat, right? Oh, she knows too much. Like, I taught you this and X, Y, Z, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Conceal your intentions, right?
Yeah.
Law number 3, take what you can take and then move in silence. So, shh. Exactly.
Okay.
So,
yeah,
I feel like you have something to share about that too.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So sometimes it's not, I know sometimes it's like, this are my friends, this is like who I'm working with, or this is my partner, ABCD. You have to keep certain things to yourself.
Right.
You know what I mean? You cannot, I learned it the hard way, take it as you will. I'm just sharing my experience. You need to be able to learn to keep certain things to yourself. It's not everything that you need to share with everyone. At first, I was like, well, you're not being honest. You're not being open. Why are you hiding stuff? And it's like, no, people do that because they're simply trying to protect themselves, to make sure that you don't show all your cards up front and then you're left with nothing. So you need to be able to conceal some of the plans you're working on, sometimes even from your family members, your friends, your loved ones, until it yields. I remember we had an episode once with a guest, and he said a dream is very fragile. If you share it to the wrong person, they can completely shatter it.
Yeah, I think that was NJ.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
So sometimes,
that was our first guest, by the way.
Yeah,
ever.
Shout out. Okay, so sometimes you don't want to just share everything with everyone. Talk to a few people, but like you said, move in silence. It's not every time posting, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, because then you start getting naysayers. You start second guessing yourself. And then now you're doubting. So for me, that's what, I took. So even though it might look like nothing is moving, that's what I'm going to say.
Right?
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So, you will see the end goal. Exactly. And when you see the end goal, don't think I got there overnight. I've been working.
Let your success speak louder than your words.
Amen.
Yes.
I hope you guys are clocking it. Because this is tea. Okay.
So for me, per se, I would say when I went back to school, I shared this with a couple of close friends, and a few were like, why would you want to go back to school? You already got your bachelor's in, communication with a minor in marketing. You're already doing business. Like, you have stuff already going on,
you
right?
remember the interview where someone...
Yes.
We were there together, and he was like, what is the point of school? Like, you already got it. People care about the knowledge.
Yeah, come work for me, right? Because you're a marketing major. You have a marketing background.
You're wasting money in
marketing.
School.
You can work with me, XYZ, I'll pay you. And at the time, he was like, you can work together, I'll pay you. But I wasn't really ready for that opportunity yet, because I was still in school at the time. And I was like, well, let me get done with school, and then I can put the plans in motion properly.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, if you want me to work with you, I know exactly how much you would have to pay me. Because for now, I don't want to say, oh, yes, because you're offering me money, I'll throw whatever I'm doing on the side. I'll stop with school and my exams and like capstone or thesis, whatever. And even at the time, I was also doing an internship, AI marketing internship. So I just had so much going on. So for me, I was like, for me to do that, let me just finish what I already started.
Yeah.
Then we could talk about this later. But if you're trying to steer me away from something that I already started, especially like going back to school to get my master's in marketing with a focus in digital marketing, and you're telling me, oh no, stop school, just come in and work for me and be my digital marketing person.
Yeah.
I was like, that's not going to work.
Yeah.
And I also had a friend as well that was telling me, why would you want to do that? Like, you don't need to go back to school and get your master's, because at the end of the day, you already know so much. You're already doing so much. It's just a piece of paper. It's XYZ. But to be honest with you, even as a business broker, I had one of my mentors told me, certain rooms that you go to, you meet high level people. And they will not even talk to you if you don't have an MBA, if you don't have a master's degree, especially when you get to the point where you're talking about getting into mergers and acquisitions, private equity, things of that nature. And you're a business broker, business advisor, business consultant, whatever. They ask for credentials. Wow. Like, they want to know, like, okay, do you have a certain level of knowledge or credentials, or, did you go to school, things of that nature. So sometimes it's not even just about getting the degree or whatever the case may be, but it's also to be able to have credentials to present when you go to certain rooms where they start to question you before they want to deal with you on certain deals where it involves $1 million of, worth of deals.
Yeah, you want someone that knows what they're doing, that's an expert.
Because you might lose the deal because another person has more credentials than you and has a better resume, and they're like, well, I don't really think I can trust you with my business or with my money. So, yeah, so sometimes, that's when I graduated, people were kind of surprised because I did it quickly. I took a lot of courses. I sacrificed a lot. I cut down a lot of things. I even paused a lot of my activities, and I lost a lot of revenue because a lot of things that I used to do for my business, I said, okay, right now we're not taking in new clients. Right now we're not doing this because I want to finish school, and then I'm going to think about a way to relaunch more effectively. So now I'm done. I got my master's in marketing. With a focus in digital marketing, and I'm really happy because that's done. And my parents actually pushed me out a lot. My dad first. I wasn't really taking it too seriously when he was talking about it. Then my mom, when she got on me, and I was like, oh man, I gotta do this to my mom.
That's good.
Yeah, but now I moved in silence. I got it done.
Yeah.
And that chapter is closed, Yeah, so now I'm happy.
Now you achieved it.
Exactly. On to the next.
So
that's why moving in silence is key, because people will try to discourage you, especially if people give up on their own ambitions. They don't believe in school. They don't believe in, getting certifications. They don't believe in this and that because maybe they can't do it. So they project on you. You know what I mean? Sometimes people will project their failures on you because they couldn't do it. They couldn't complete whatever they started. They feel like, okay, that thing, you don't need it. It's hard. Scratch that, continue doing what you're doing. Limitations, right? Meanwhile, you have bigger goals, but they don't really see the bigger vision.
True.
They don't really understand, what are you trying to do? Why are you trying to go do this and do that? But you know the doors that you're trying to get in.
You know the plans you have.
God's plan.
Yep.
So I would say, a key takeaway, honestly, is if you're working on something right now, if you got something going on, please, and if you cherish it, keep it to your heart. Don't share it with just anybody, especially people that are negative, people that are naysayers. You don't want to share it with them because they will discourage you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So...
And you should know your circle. You know what I mean? Like, your circle, people that when you tell them I have this idea, they're going to listen to you, cheer you on. So it's very heavy on the access, because I know this law also, it contradicts itself at the end, right? And it says don't equally keep everything to yourself to the point where you don't get the necessary feedback that you could get. So sometimes you want to allow people to know so you can get feedback. You want to learn from others, but still very heavy on the access. Who do you give access to your information? Make sure you're moving in silence. Not everyone needs to be in your business when you're not solid on it yet. Not everyone needs to be part of the decision making in your life.
Exactly. Yeah. So I totally agree with you. All right. So we have another law we want to talk about, right?
Yep.
And this is law number 5. Guard your reputation with your life.
Lord have mercy.
Protect it like it's your credit score. Like the way people protect their credit score, exactly. That's how you want to protect your reputation.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
I know, Raissa, you have a story to share about that.
Okay. So,
one bad move, one bad partner can cost your name.
Yes, because, damn. Because when you're tied to... Because, certain things you're like, oh, this is just gonna roll over. This is just gonna fall over or whatever. And that's okay. People might forget, people might move on. But the thing is, people will remember how you treated them. People remember not even how you treated them. People remember like the scenario that happened, especially if you're in a position of like power, right? Where you're in control. And here I'm going to talk about like when it comes to even just dealing with like your employees and things like that, right? Like if you treat them poorly, if you like don't treat people well in general,
right?
They remember that stuff, and they're not going to work for you forever. They're not going to stay at the same place forever. Even if they do, they might go somewhere else, but then your reputation is tarnished.
Yes.
And you're in this, especially when you're in a small industry, you're trying to grow. Let's say, for example, like the African community here in the DMV, right? It's very close knit. Somebody knows somebody somebody knows you from somewhere.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Especially if you're in the restaurant industry, nightlife, whatever kind of business. People come to you, people know about you, people turn to hear about you more often. And imagine if everything they're hearing is bad. Even if it's not you, they're like, well, you were with that person.
Right.
This company did this. They don't care about, is it Raissa? Is she a good person? It's just tied up.
You're guilty by association.
Exactly. And then now your reputation, you're like trying to be like, no, this wasn't me. But then who cares? Nobody cares. It already happened. Imagine someone hurts your feelings and they're tied up with someone. You're going to assume both of them are equally planning for your downfall, whether that be the case or not. So, your reputation, you want to be careful who you associate with, even at the level of friends, right? The kind of people you walk with. Like-minded, we have had, I have had to lose a lot of friends in the past. I would say it's because, you're thinking higher, you're trying to level up.
A moment of silence for those friends you've lost. All right, we're done.
So, and then you have to lose those people and then you have to move on. And sometimes you need to do that because you don't want to be associated with the wrong kind of person. Like if you're my friend for a reason, good and fine. But if I'm telling you, hey, this thing, let's move this way because the way we're going is not looking good. It's not looking bright. The future is not looking like we need to, let's level up. Let's get things down. Let's be serious with where we're trying to go. It's not nightlife, party, guy, drinking, all that. No, like let's take this thing serious. Let's think higher. Let's think better.
Right.
Because if they see you, birds of the same feathers flock together.
Right. Yeah.
If they're seeing you and you're like, no, I'm a very serious, ambitious person. And then the person you're walking with is someone that is a complete opposite of you. People are going to kind of assume that that's the case until they talk to you. And what if they don't get a chance to talk to you? Now your reputation is damaged and you don't know who is listening to you.
Exactly. Yeah. Talking about that, actually, reputation management. So I had an experience where I had to. Oh, you okay? You need some water?
You're taking the way you're taking some breaks, it's like you're about to drop some solid.
I mean, this is, kind of deep because I experienced it, right? So I had a couple of. I'm really trying to think how to frame this. So someone was referred to me by someone that I trusted.
Yeah.
And this person was supposed to help me and my clients, right?
Yeah.
And I learned a lot from that experience, especially about doing your due diligences when you're working with people. And there were a couple of things that I kind of overlooked just because of the fact that this person came from a trusted source, right? First of all, what I learned from that experience now, like anybody that I work with that wants to do a partnership or collaboration, especially when it comes to me referring my clients to them for whatever services they offer, right? For example, whether someone is like a mortgage loan officer or a realtor or whatever the case, even a CPA or an accountant, right?
Yeah.
So because I have clients and in the area of work that I do, like I have access to people's, financial information, right?
Yeah.
So I would make sure, okay, do you have at least a presence on Google? Do you have a Google My Business, right? Are you using any type of systems to run your business? Do you have a CRM? Is your email, are you using a domain email or are you using something like raissa@gmail.com. If you're not using something like raissa@healthcare.com for your email, I am not taking you seriously. Because those are the basics if you're running a business, right? And if I cannot see any type of customer testimonials, any type of references that can vouch for your services, we're not doing business together. That experience cost me tens of thousands of dollars that month. I had to repay people money.
Oh, I remember you
money
told
that
me about
I did not even touch. The money did not even go to me. The person took my client's money.
Yeah.
And basically disappeared. So to maintain my reputation, I paid all of those people's money back. Wow. So that month was really tough for me because I still had to pay my employees. I still had to pay my bills. And that was like a negative month for me from something that I did not even do. And I had no idea that this person was not a good person.
So were the people coming to you asking for the money?
The people were like, the person that, you connected me with or whatever, we've not been hearing back from him. It's been over a week. It's been this and that. And I had no idea. I had to now start looking for the person. I am researching. I am investigating. I am trying to figure out like what happened. It was just a terrible experience, honestly. Like,
how much did you lose?
That was like over $10,000 in a month. Yeah. So you can imagine that was a very bad month. So sometimes doing business can be very risky, and associating yourself with the wrong person can cost you a lot of money, but also your reputation. So that is part of reputation management. And I'm like, that was a lesson learned. That cost me a lot of money, but I would never, ever go through that again because now I know exactly what to look for with anybody that comes to me with partnership, collaboration, or even just me posting your business on my page and people reach out to you for your services because it's tied down again to me. Oh, Gloria, you posted this person. Oh, Gloria, you referred me this person. Right? So that was a mistake that really cost me a lot. However, I was still able to maintain my reputation because I did the right thing, even though I did not collect people's money. It was someone else that collected their money and I had nothing to do with it, but I still made it right.
You've never gotten the money back?
I didn't even get $1. So I lost over $10,000 for something that I didn't even do, and I wasn't even aware that the person was doing. So there were so many things that I learned from this experience. Like, that's why I had to breathe before I even shared this experience, because it's making me revisit such a bad experience. Doing business with the wrong person and having your name attached to the wrong person
will cost you.
And that is part of, like you just said, your reputation. Like, people will Google you before they do business with you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, if they're serious about you.
So if people start writing negative things about you online and XYZ, your reputation is already tarnished. Right?
Yeah.
And I don't want that. So I'm like, I will do whatever it takes to make it right, even if it's costing me my time, my money, my sleep, my business. Like, so that was a very rough month. I'm not going to lie to you.
Wow.
But that's why now I'm sharing what people need to look out for if they want to do business with somebody.
Yep.
If those things are not there in this person, do not do it.
Learn from us. Don't do it.
Because I was the person that was even teaching this person about systems. I'm telling this person about making sure your email has a domain.
Yeah.
Making sure you're using these systems to maintain your customer relationship management, to do your online marketing and XYZ. I'm teaching this person this, and I'm like, but the person that referred me to you said that you are an expert in whatever you do, and you run a
So who referred the person to you? Where is the source? Where is that source?
That's what I'm saying. So, we're not going to get too deep into this thing. This might be like a part 2 because, this might be a long story time, business, lessons. But
I don't know how, but I'll collect that money. I don't know. Hey, I don't know how, but that money will be collected. Hey,
yeah. So that's why, at the end of the day, like, we got to be able to write our own story.
Yeah.
And not let people write our story for us. And protecting your name, like I said, it's like your credit score. Like, you really want to make sure that you do not take on much more than you can take. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, if it's costing you peace, if it's costing you like money, like, you got to cut ties with it immediately. But you got to be able to recognize the red flags along the way before you even get too deep.
We have noticed that 97% of you guys that watch our videos, you're not subscribed. You're not liking the videos, you're not sharing, you're not doing anything. Now, I don't know if it's that you're a silent hater, but I would assume you're enjoying the content. I would assume you're enjoying what we do. I would assume you would love to support us. You would love to see us grow. So please make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, especially your subscription, because it let us know that we are growing. And the more we grow, the more guests we're able to bring on the platform, the more we're able to share our experiences as podcast hosts, and the more we're able to bring you guys exquisite experience, like high level experience. So your support literally is what will build our brand. Exactly. You, the viewers, you guys looking at this. So when we ask for your subscription, we're asking for more than just, I know it's just easy, right? You're just giving, like, you just subscribe, but it makes a huge difference into the work that we do. And we hope to see more subscriptions moving forward. Thank you. Would you say it's the same thing when it comes to, like, I know we've spoken about it for like business. What about like regular friendships?
Yeah, same thing with friendship. I mean, if you have a friend, unfortunately, that's like out there doing things they're not supposed to do, like they're getting involved with, like, I don't know, they just sleep around and stuff like that. Yeah, if you associate yourself with that person, you guys go places together, like, you guys do things together, people will unfortunately think that you are the same way. And they will not really have respect for you, right?
So how do you vet your friend? What would you say? Let's say someone out there, because trust me, when I was, like in my teenage year, early 20s, I was like, I know why I'm friends with this person. I know why they're my friends. Like, okay, they did this, they did that, but I have my reasons for being friends with them. And I was very big on that. Like, okay, they did that, but I know why I'm friends with her. Maybe when I'm with her, she makes me laugh. Maybe when I'm with her, you know what I mean? Like, they're friends for different reasons. They're friends that you can have nice, casual conversations with. They're friends you can have business, serious conversation with. They're friends that are just like in the middle. So everybody is a friend for a reason. So how do you, how would someone vet?
Well, I think there are different categories of friends, right? I know at a certain point in my life, like, I'm a very social person. So it's like I used to go out, I used to have a lot of friends at the time. But once I really started to become more like business focused and just like, start going through my own personal development and just like learning and focusing on entrepreneurship and stuff like that, I started to lose a lot of friends because people were like, oh, you're too serious, or you're not the fun girl no more, or we can't just go out and have fun and XYZ. So it's like, I'm trying to work on some things, and I have a vision, I have a plan. It's like some people at the time were not supportive. They didn't see the vision. And once things got in motion, it's like, oh yeah, we always believed in you, right? Like, okay, cool. Like, this is something you've been talking about years ago that you're
finally,
we believed in you. Cool. But at the end of the day, I had already removed myself from certain circles because I knew this was not productive for me. Because if we're gonna hang out all the time and all we're gonna do is what, have fun and drink and gossip and things that are not productive. So, and go out till 5 a.m. in the morning, because once you go out in the community, then people want to go to after parties. And if every single week that's what people want to do, first of all, you're draining your pockets. You're buying outfits, you're buying your nails, you always got to change your outfits, you always got to have the latest fashions and all of that stuff. So it's very superficial, right? And then some friends are friends with you because of the aesthetics, because, okay, we all look good, we're all going to go out and just like take cute pictures and meet people, but it's very superficial. So for me, I already know, like, okay, there's certain categories of friendships, but I don't really associate myself too much because I know that this is not really productive in my life, because the things that I want to accomplish with my life, it's not really like the basic stuff. Like I want to be able to go out with my friends and we say, okay, we want to do this, and we can afford to do this. Right.
It's not we're not out where the
we're not limited.
Come from.
The resources are not limited. We're living in abundance, right?
Yes.
But to be able to get to that point, we need to have things going on that are productive, right?
Yep.
So to me, that's pretty much, you know, what I put people in different categories.
People say it's lonely at the top, but damn, this lonely?
Clarissa, you got more fame and more money than you ever have in your life. How's your family dealing with that?
You know, sadly, I have, and it's not just from family and close, but it's close friends who I grew up with. Some people I never thought I'd be living my life without. Listen, I done bought every last one of my siblings a car.
Really?
Bought my mama a house, my mama 2 cars, my daddy a car. Help him with his bills, help mama with her bills, help my sister take care of her 3 kids. Her 3 kids live with me. I go there, sit with the teachers, go to teacher conferences. I do all this stuff. And it seemed like the more you do, the more that they don't like you.
Right.
I overlooked how much my sister, you know, started disliking me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know. I never done nothing to her. I don't want to get emotional, you know what I'm saying? But me and my sister got the same mama and same daddy, and we grew up together. And, you know, she just, you work so hard to make all this money and to have a good life for yourself. And then the people who you want to share it with, they just change on you. And it's hurtful because people say it's lonely at the top, but damn, this lonely, you know what I'm saying? People shouldn't feel like because I work my butt off that they deserve my money and they deserve my time and they deserve to tell me who I can and can't hang around and they can be so entitled. Family shouldn't be like that. Now all of a sudden, I'm the bad person, but I wasn't a bad person when I was doing backflips for you. I didn't have no boundaries. You can talk to me how you want to talk to me. You can trigger me. You can make me cry. You can mess up fights. You can do all this stuff. Soon as I tell you no to something, I can buy you a car, put you in a house, pay all your bills.
It ain't enough.
People don't want what you give them. They want what you have.
Say that again.
People don't want what you give them. They want what you have.
Mm-hmm.
And that there you can't have. You can't have what I done worked hard for.
But how about you? Do you put people in different categories? And
oh, definitely. You have to, because not everyone. I think I saw an ad where they were like, relationships that do not thrive well is the one where the woman kind of runs to the man, or vice versa. Well, then let's just assume the woman kind of runs to the man for everything. Okay. Emotional support, religious support, financial, everything, right? It's like you're running to this one person, and maybe this person is only good at this one thing. Right. Or this couple of things. And then now the other buckets, you know, you're asking him for stuff that he just doesn't have. Exactly. So it's like, make sure that, you know, even when you're in a relationship, you have other people filling these different buckets in your life so that you're not running to one person, overburning them out because they're trying to show up for you in so many different ways. Not saying you shouldn't do that. Definitely put your best foot forward, right? But like, sometimes, you know, like if you have certain things, you can have a female friend to say, okay, when I have this issue, I go to my mom for it. I go to my sister for it. When I have this problem, I go to my friend for it. When I have this, I go to my mentor for it. When I have this, I come to my partner. The partner can still be like all around, have knowledge about what is happening, but you shouldn't expect them to fill these different buckets in your life. And I take friendships the same way, right? There's some friends that is like, okay, I can count on you. I know that if I have a business idea or something, and I call you, you know what I mean? Just like that, you know, we'll click it. We'll start having this conversation. You're going to fire my brain up. There are other people that is like, well, if I want to figure out what dress to buy, I would call, or what would this dress look good on me? Or do you know where I can find this? You know, you call them for that. There are other people that when it comes to like healthcare, I have resources where I could go to for that. But you cannot expect all your friends to be there for you at every single point in time. There's some people too that are not very emotionally available. Do you know what I mean? Like when you tell them something, it's just like, okay, I got it, cool, done. They're not gonna sit there, cry with you, melodramatic, you know, dwell in it. No, so you shouldn't go to that person if that's what you're expecting, right? It doesn't mean that they don't care. That's just not how they are. They like care for you.
Like you're not very emotionally. You just described yourself. You're speaking about yourself right then and there.
Oh gosh, I knew you were gonna say that. But
hard like a rock.
No, come on now. But yeah.
You know it's true. It's tickling you because you know it's true.
Okay, you know what I mean? So there are different persons like that. And there are people that, when you need something financially, you can reach out to them. And there are friends that every single time that they was reaching out to you for financial assistance. So what will
Lord
you do?
Jesus. Yeah.
Just keep track of those things and don't mix it up. Don't expect a friend that has nothing to give you something because you always help them. And then maybe they can never give you financial assistance, but hell, maybe that person is the one person that if you call at 2 a.m. in the night, hey, this is going on, I need you, they will show up. The person that might be able to give you money, if you call them at 2 a.m., they'll be like, why are you calling me? What are you doing there? Right. Find your way back. So that's how I would say I do it.
Yeah. For me personally, I would say like even because you mentioned like different categories of friends and stuff like that, even mentors, right? One mentor cannot give you everything, right? So you have to have a mentor for real estate, a mentor for business, a mentor for marketing, a mentor for different aspects, right? So even having a therapist, like so there are different buckets where people fit in your life for different reasons. Like one mentor cannot give you everything, one friend cannot give you everything.
Yeah.
But I would say for the friendship, though, there has to be a common denominator, because if you're friends with people that are not, like if you're someone that's really into business and stuff like that and entrepreneurship, and you're friends with people that don't really understand it, don't really support it, it's going to clash at a certain point of time, because there might be things that you're talking about, they don't understand, they don't relate. You might be like, hey, girl, I want to go to this workshop or this business conference or whatever. I feel like it's going to be a good way for us to learn and also network. And just, for you, that's a good time. For them, that's like, no,
I don't want to network. I don't like
I want to go
people.
to the club. I want to pop bottles. I want to smoke hookah. I want to do this. I want to
go for brunch.
Right. Yeah. So sometimes it's cute, but at the end of the day, you want to make sure that most of your friends have a similar mindset, because it's going to clash at the end of the day. Because by the time that you're trying to elevate and do this and do that, your friend is still here and you're over here because you have been working hard in silence. You have been putting in the work. You've been doing a lot of things to get to the point where you're at. And you have friends that are still have a very, very different mindset than you.
Yeah.
And are not really as ambitious. There will be a little bit of jealousy, a little bit of resentment that will be happening behind the scenes. That is something that is inevitable. Yes. So you have to be really mindful as well. Between the categories of friends you have, they must have at least one thing in common altogether. So if you're someone that's into healthcare, it's good to have friends that are also into healthcare, even if they do different types of healthcare, whether it's mental health, whether it's home healthcare, whatever it is, because you guys will be able to relate and understand each other.
Yep.
So
That's
if you're into business, have some friends that do different types of businesses, whether they do hair, nail techs. It doesn't have to be like serious types of businesses where they're doing credit or accounting or business brokerage or real estate or commercial real estate, or you know what I mean? Like they don't have to be doing serious like types of business where it's like, but it's like fun businesses, but it's a business because you're helping people, you get clients and you make money. So it's a win-win.
Yep.
And those businesses are typically fun because you get to meet people, you talk to people, you laugh, you bring them like wine, they sit down, they do their nails, they look cute, they post about the business, they take nice pictures with wearing dresses, cute nails, cute hair. It's fun.
Yeah.
Right? So I think for me per se, it's good to make sure that your friends have at least one thing in common altogether that ties you guys together. Yeah, that's what I would say. So
I agree. Nothing to add.
What's one thing in common that all your friends have?
Ambition. In different areas, they don't even if they're not business owners, even in their career, they're all very like ambitious, very direct. They know where they're going, and very, I would say like very ambitious, independent women, goal oriented, very focused. So whether it's because business is not for everyone.
Exactly.
Hell, Business will stress you out.
Yeah.
Sometimes I understand why people don't want to be business owners. You don't have to be a business owner in order to be my friend. I just need you to at least have ambition. I need you at least to have a vision in your career or whatever it is. Keep leveling up. You know, I want you to tell me, hey, I got this now. I got the certification. I'm going here. This is what's happening. I got a promotion. That way, you know, we're all growing together. Our pockets are growing. Our mind is growing. You know, we're growing as people, whatever it is, right? I think that's what everyone in my life has, and which is great because that fills me. Because when I see someone doing well, I'm like, damn, okay, now I gotta step up too. Which is a good thing, not from a competitive or like a jealous point, but it's just like, okay, I see. So we're, you know, you're moving. We challenge each other to grow.
Exactly.
You know, when I'm seeing you achieving this thing and I'm proud of you, I'm happy. I don't want to be the one to remain behind. Hell no. I'm going to step up too. I'm going to try to grow in my own way. So I would say that's one thing that all my friends have, ambition. What about you?
I would say for me per se, a lot of my friends, they have things going on in terms of like again, I said business, right? I have a friend that does party favor. I have another friend that does catering. I have another friend that does event decoration, right? So, and some of them, they do both. They have a 9 to 5, right? And then they have a 5 to 9 or a side business that they're growing. So for me, I would say at least we all have that in common, right?
Yeah.
That determination.
Yeah.
Right. And that type of entrepreneurship mindset and growth mindset in different areas that we're all involved in. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
So,
okay,
what would you tell your younger self?
It's not like I'm old now. Like you asked me my young, because when this question like this, what do you mean by my younger? Like, how young are we talking here? My 15-year-old, 16, who? Anyways.
18-year-old self.
Oh, man, have fun. I don't think I would tell my 18-year-old self anything different because I liked my life the way it was.
Yeah.
For my friends that know me since I was a child, they're like, Raissa, you're not changing. I still have this little childishness in me.
Very.
I look strict, but, you know, I'm a little childish.
Especially on TikTok, yeah.
Gloria. Yeah.
You like to do the silly dances and stuff like that, right? So yeah.
Because, you know, I like keeping things very light and sweet. You know, I don't like too much drama, too much emotion. God, you can give me, just let's keep it light and sweet. You know what I mean?
Right.
So they would say, I mean, I would not tell my 18-year-old self anything different, to be honest, because I still had my same goal. I've always been this person that is like, from a very young age, I was always like, oh, this is how I want to be. This is how my career was going to go. I already planned, if I was in Cameroon, I was already planning to go to like Enam if I didn't leave. Traveling was not the main thing for me. I'm glad I did. Thank God for it. But even if I stayed in Cameroon, forget. I would have been one judge that day.
Yeah, you're a very strong woman.
Anyways, so I would tell my younger self really to just take things easy. Let's say my younger self a few years back. Now she needs to hear some stuff. Just maybe like 2, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years back.
What does she need to hear?
Oh, yeah. Like, you know, conceal your emotions. Not everyone is as kind-hearted and as true and open as you are. Some people come to you for different reasons. You need to know people. Sometimes don't just, because I was in a bubble. I'm thinking everyone is nice. Why would you want to hurt me? I've not done anything bad to you. I'm nice to you. Why would you want to take advantage of me? And I'm like, no, you know, if I win, you win, we win. And nah, that's not how people look at it. Unfortunately, that's not how life is. You know, you can never trust someone. You know, you can never just walk blindly and just be like, oh, you know, no, this is my person. I know they got me. No. And when someone shows you who they are one time,
believe them.
Don't even second guess. Because I was like, no, maybe it's because of this. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's just this. And every time you find yourself trying. And it's like, no, this is just how it is. So that is who I would tell my younger self. You know, that's what I would tell my younger self. You know, like don't be in the bubble. Open your eyes, see what is happening around you. Because I was definitely in a bubble, thinking that life was all mellow and sweet. Like, oh, we're gonna get rich, we're gonna get married, we're gonna have kids. You know, so yeah.
Okay.
It's not what you think, oh my dear. Some people don't. Some people, Jesus. Take it easy.
Life,
But people
life
come
has,
into your life to do nothing, then damage your life for absolutely no reason. And now I'm saying it's like, oh, this is a terrible person, but
yeah.
they probably have stuff going on in their lives too. Like, I don't know their background. Like, I might know, but you don't know the depth of the trauma in their background. You don't know how they grew up. Like, you have an idea, right? But you don't really know. But don't take those things lightly. Those are things I used to take lightly. I used to be like, oh yeah, well, you did, this is what you grew up traumatized or whatever. But now you're a grown person now. Handle it. You're fine. You're okay.
Exactly.
Sweeping it under the rug. And then before you know it, it's building up. And now it's affecting you.
It's affecting you.
So there's a lot of things that I do that I just, take things very lightly. I would advise myself, like, take things more seriously. Open your eyes, not be in the bubble. The world is not all rosy and peachy like you think. People would tear you apart for money.
Wow.
So.
Okay, that's deep.
Light and sweet.
I mean, that was deep, but okay. So, what I would tell my younger self, I actually wrote it down.
Oh.
So I would say, stop trying to be like, stop trying to please people. Stop looking up to people. Look up to God. Because at the end of the day, people only look out for their own interests. If it's not bringing you peace and joy, then let it go. And lastly, always put God first and pray about everything before you get too deep into something. Literally, pray about everything.
Amen.
So that's what I would tell my younger self. And even now, I would tell myself the same exact thing.
Yep.
Because at the end of the day, like I said, you meet people, you think they can take you under their wings and become your mentor or whatever. You look up to them. But if it's not benefiting them, or if they feel like, okay, right now they can work with you, it's a mutual benefit. And once they feel like, okay, perhaps it's not, or you're trying to fly on, you're trying to fly on your own and you no longer need them, it's a problem, right? Because people want you to add value. If you're not adding value, even when you go to these networking events or conferences or whatever, some people you connect with, you get their number, you get their email, you exchange, you laugh, hee ha ha. And after that, you guys don't ever speak again, right?
Yep.
Because they're looking out for their own interests. What can they get from you? And you're like, what can I get from you? Everybody wants to get from each other and win, right? But at the end of the day, that's why in the note that I put in terms of like what I would tell my younger self, do not look up to people. Look up to God. And don't chase anything. If it's meant for you, it's naturally going to attract to you. Today we went to an event. We were out at the door, right? We're about to leave. There's a young man that came up to us and he just shook my hand for almost 30 seconds.
Yep.
I didn't know this person from a can of paint. I didn't know this person. And he started sharing what he does. And he was doing some amazing things, right?
Yeah.
He had an organization and they were hosting a lot of like political figures and people from different countries and presidents and senators and XYZ. And they wanted us to be a part of it for their next edition.
Yes.
That just came naturally.
As we're about to leave.
I didn't even, it came naturally. I didn't go up to nobody. I was about to leave. Somebody just came over to me and then they spoke to me. Then I introduced them to you and then we all started speaking and exchanging naturally and genuinely. So whatever is meant for you, it will be attracted to you. So
likewise, even for our collaborations, just keeping it real.
Exactly.
Sometimes it's like you see this person, because sometimes we reach out to the guests that we want to bring on the podcast, and sometimes people reach out to us,
they send us
and
emails.
they come to us. And we honestly would give everyone a fair trial. If they reach out to us, we'll try to talk to you, get more detail about your business, who you are as a person. Like we said, your reputation management. So we make sure that, at least you got this thing going on for yourself and it's true. So we're not bringing the wrong person to our audience. And then after that, we do that. But there's some people that when you're the one reaching out to them, they don't see the picture. It's like, and it's okay. No shade or whatever. That's all right. But once you at least do your part of putting yourself out there, and it's not reciprocated, what's the worst thing you can get? Is a no. You move.
Exactly.
Simple.
Yeah, so don't chase, attract. Period.
All
right, so I want to know, people that are listening, which of these 3 laws hit home to you? So the first law was which law, Raissa?
Never outshine the master.
Okay. And what was the second law?
Conceal your intentions. Stop oversharing.
And the last law?
Guard your reputation with your life.
There you go.
You are the brand.
Period. So, yeah, tell us in the comments which one out of those 3 laws can you relate to? And if you ever had a story that you want to share, feel free to send us a DM or put it in the comments, all right? And let's have a conversation.
Yeah.
You know, it's a safe space, and that's really what we want this platform to be about. And we want to be real, we want to be genuine, and and keep things open.
Yeah.
So even to people that are listening out there, always feel free, if you guys want to DM us, comment or send us emails.
Yeah. If we don't respond the same day, like literally before 24 hours, someone is going to reach out to you. We're going to respond, and we will really give everyone a fair opportunity to showcase yourself, no matter the level where you're at. As long as you're ambitious, you're ambitious, you have the vision, you have the goal, you have that fire, you're smart.
Yes.
If you need a platform to just, like a stepping stone, right? Because we all need that stepping stone in our lives. Reach out to us, and I think we can make something happen.
Thank you so much. And on that note, that's a wrap. We wish you guys well, and stay tuned for our next episode.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.